underestimate my power! Don't try it!
Bro, what the hell happened to Soulsborne PVP? The Soulsborne inspired PvP system has always fascinated me. It works differently in Elden Ring compared to other Souls games made by FromSoft, but to make a long story short, it's forced PvP. Now, one might wonder, why would anyone actively enjoy being forced into PvP? Ironically, a lot of invaders wonder why people hate being invaded so much. Well, if you can't understand why that sadistic invader did you like that, think of it as a sort of hazing, I guess, maybe that's just how I'm coping. Back then, we used to get invaded even while playing solo. Some of us had to play the whole game without ever using our humanity. Rune arcs for you guys. But to be honest, I don't even know how we managed, bro. But to break it down, the best part about Soulsborne PvP to me is the novelty. Invaders are basically meant to be some extremely hard random boss encounter, like when Mr. X from Resident Evil shows up, but with a twist. You can be that hard boss fight for somebody, or somebody else can be that hard boss fight for you. And because of this human element that you just simply never know what you're gonna get. It could be some basement dweller who you realistically have zero chance against. If he's naked, you just run. If he's naked, run. It could be a fair, maybe even an unfair high stakes duel where you just lose or win by a narrow margin. Like, I once took on 2v1 in Dark Souls 3 and I didn't think I could do that. It could be an invader who doesn't feel like invading. It could be just a massive troll.
Up on the tables or what?
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But it's not about the actual PvP for me, since Dark Souls PvP is pretty jank. It's about the context around the fight. Like, a lot of the time invasions are a pain, but sometimes it can create a gaming experience you will literally never forget. Even funnier is the extremists and the moral dilemma it creates. There's two people in this world. There's jolly co-opers and there's those who have strayed from the grace of God. But these extremists take it to a different level. You have what this community calls Gank squads, which is just their term for getting the JJK beats. I'm assuming these guys got their ass handed to them too many times by invaders and it became their like origin villain story, and now they just wait around Limgrave or somewhere endlessly trolling unsuspecting invaders for all eternity, which to me is kind of weirdo behavior. Okay, like, you do you, but that's kind of weird. And then there's the twinks. These guys are something else. They dedicate whole accounts to farming specific gear. They got spreadsheets on how and when to invade. They know the tech. They know how to catch, roll catch they call it. They backstepping, backstabbing, parrying. They've mastered all of it. They're out here throwing scarlet rot pots at like level 20 players. And it's just like, what are we doing here, bro? And what's even funnier is like the psychological and moral dilemmas that the game brings about and brings out of people. Like, for instance, a lot of invaders feel like when they invade worlds, they'll see a lot of overpowered summons or people with weapons they shouldn't really be having at that point in the game. So those, oh, you have 2 Vike spears in Limgrave at level 40? Not on my watch, buddy. And they're like, take personal offense to that. There's some people who cannot stand co-opers, and there's some people who will never invade somebody in their life unless it's for the Moog quest line. and then even then they just return to their world right after. So, you know, people have different perspectives and they clash. It's interesting. The earlier Dark Souls games kind of dabbled in covenant systems for this. Like, you would join a covenant and it would more accurately represent what type of player you were. Like, if you're a straight invader, there was a covenant for that. If you kind of felt like helping newer players survive the onslaught of invasions, you could like be somebody like that. You could be a invader who only invades other invaders. They should bring covenants back. That's a huge missed opportunity. What's even funnier is there was even etiquette and rules behind, like unspoken rules behind how people used to fight in these games throughout the years. Like, for instance, I spawned in Anne Orlando, Dark Souls 3, to a bunch of people just sitting around watching each other fight. There was 2 people fighting and 3 people watching, I think. And I didn't really know what was going on. I kind of figured this was some type of tournament, right? Like a shonen TV show. So I didn't respect it. I was like, let's fight. So I randomly spawned somebody, and bro, those 5 people gave me the JJK beats. I was laughing so hard. Came into another tournament in Anne Orlando, learned my lesson, waited for my turn, was fighting. My health got low immediately. What did I do? Natural reaction. I drink the orange juice. That's what I always do when my health's low. And I got the JJK beats again, so I guess we're not allowed to heal, right? I learned these things just through the game, and it was all natural, and there's something really special about how that happened, but Elden Ring just kind of shat on all that. When Elden Ring arrived, it was massively flooded by all the new players, and all that etiquette just went out the window. Does anyone remember rune farming?
Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
So, Elden Ring's PvP, all that covenant, role catching, etiquette, all that stuff can simply be narrowed down to spamming L2. I mean, I don't even be emoting on them or teabagging or anything. I just feel bad for, like, try again, man. You'll get me next time, bro. Don't give up. Keep that Dark Souls PvP alive, because I couldn't do it. As a jolly co-opper, PvP is still, you know, as tough as ever with the DLC, so I'm still doing my thing, but these invaders just be dying left and right. And when they are good, they're usually using some sort of like cheesy tactic of running around the level, using all sorts of weird tactics like the other AI enemies or like levers of things and all these random stuff to just as annoying as a pest as possible. Where I used to feel like invaders were that scary boss fight, now it feels like they're either some annoying mosquito you have to swat away, or it's some annoying wasp that is just you don't want any part around you. And with the duelist arena added, there's really no need for any of those duelist rings. The addition of all these crazy DLC Ashes of War, it's just a joke at this point. What's cool is at least whenever I see the new Ash of War, which is pretty much daily, I'm like, damn, I've never seen that move before, but that's pretty much it. If I had my way, it would work more like Dark Souls 3, like you could be invaded if you used your rune arcs. I don't even use my rune arcs anymore because of the PSD of Dark Souls 3. I still somewhere in my heart believe that if I use my rune arc, somebody's gonna invade me, so I just don't be using those things. But I feel like that should activate invasions. I feel like there should be covenants. Still, somehow I see the videos of PvPers and they're still PvPing, so maybe it's not accurate to completely say why nobody likes Dark Souls or Elden Ring's PvP. It's more like why people only tolerate Elden Ring's PvP. But that wouldn't make a good video title, would it? Basically what I'm trying to say with this video is nerf Swift Step, nerf it again. I know they nerfed it, nerf it again and again until it falls off a cliff. That's all I gotta say. Peace. Oh yeah, and bring back covenants. Yeah.